Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today is BookList Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week we are going to be talking about our perfect page-turning potions. What does that mean? That means these are ingredients that for us would make up the perfect book. So just aspects of either plot or characters or the type of book that we're reading, whatever it may be. If all these were in one book, this would be a perfect book for us personally. So I'm going to tell you what those aspects are and give you an example of each. Okay, the first one. So if we're talking about page turning, we're talking about short chapters. Short chapters are perfect for me to just keep turning the pages because I keep thinking when I think I'm done reading, I'm like, oh, but the next chapter is only like 3 pages. I can do that real quick. And it helps me keep going. It keeps my interest going. Long chapters tend to bog me down sometimes. Even if I'm really enjoying the book, it can feel a little daunting to have like really super long chapters. But I love short chapters. And one person who is really good at short chapters is Ruta Sepetys. She writes historical fiction. They're young adult, and all of her chapters are very short, and I fly through them every single time I read one of her books. So she's a great person for that. Second ingredient, I want an interesting plot. I am a plot-driven reader, so I read books based on what the plot is. I do enjoy character-driven books at times as well, but it still has to be something that sounds interesting to me. There has to be something going on that is moving the story forward and that is, holding my interest. And I feel like there's something, like there's a point to this book and there's a point to this story and there's going to be something that actually happens. That's what I need in a book. And a really great example of this is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. I love the plot of this book so much, where we have a young girl who makes a deal with, I want to say the devil, but it's not. It's a type of God. She makes a deal with a supernatural being that she wants to get out of this arranged marriage that she's being forced into. And so he takes her up on that deal. However, what she doesn't realize is that this deal is going to include, number one, she's immortal. And number two, now, anytime she comes in contact with somebody or has an interaction with somebody, the second that she is out of their sight, they completely forget her. And she could sit there and have a 3-hour conversation with somebody. They leave the room for a few minutes and then come back in and they have no idea who she is. Like they've never seen her before. There's always like, who is this person? What is she doing here? Type thing. So that's her curse. And she has to live with that for the rest of her life. And then there is a plot because eventually somebody does remember her. And I love that. So it has to be something that there's definitely a point to this. And I love it. Okay, another thing that I personally really like in a book is when it can shock me. Now, does every book have to have a huge plot twist? No. But I want some sort of aspect that surprises me, that I didn't see coming, that I didn't take into consideration as I'm reading along. Even if it's like a small little thing, but changes the whole trajectory of everything. That's what I like. And it's even better when I don't see it coming. Even if I do see it coming, sometimes I can still really enjoy it. But I want something to cause a shift in what's happening. That's something that I really enjoy. One of my favorite examples of this is The Silent Patient. Loved it. Didn't see it. Loved it. That's by Alex Michaelides. Okay, another thing that I really love is characters that make me laugh. I love banter. I love great dialogue. I love chemistry between characters. And I have definitely read some books where I felt like there is no chemistry between these two people, even though it's supposed to be a romance. So it's hard to buy into that romance if you don't feel that chemistry. But someone who is an expert at fantastic, hilarious banter is Emily Henry. 1000%. Her newest release is Book Lovers, and the banter was perfect. It really was. I loved it. Lived for it. Beach Read is also another great one. People We Meet on Vacation, not quite as much. I didn't like that one as much as the other two, but yeah, so definitely recommend Book Lovers for sure for like really good character banter and chemistry. Like you could feel it. And my final ingredient is going to be something that makes me think, something that makes me question, what would I do in this situation? And it's even better if it's like, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in this situation. I have no idea how I would handle this. That's even better. But something that just invokes some thought and makes you question something or makes me look something up. That's even great too. I do a lot of Googling when I read sometimes. And yeah, so something like that just takes the story to a whole nother level with me. And a great example of that I have read recently is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The whole book, I was like, what would I do? I don't know. If I was in this position, what would I do in that situation? And I really could not tell you what I would do. And so I love that. And I love having a story that's going to take me somewhere where maybe I wouldn't have made that decision or, or I would have made that decision. And this is how it maybe would have panned out and like, great. So yeah, something that makes me think is wonderful. Okay, so my ingredients. I want short chapters. I want an interesting storyline. I want to be shocked. I want to laugh, and I want to think. Is that too much to ask all in one book? Like, really? If you guys have examples of books that have all those in it, please let me know. That would be fantastic. I cannot think of one off the top of my head. It would probably take me a really long time to even think of something like that. But yeah, so those are my perfect page-turning potion for books that I would love to pick up and read. So let me know your perfect page-turning potions down below. What makes you pick up a book? What makes you interested in it? What keeps you going? Let me know all that down below, and make sure you go check out Lindsay and see what her potion is today as well. And we will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.